Caroline from Bubbly Heaven here. Well, believe it or not, I've never actually used this, and I've just received it. I know the things I can see because a little birdie told me. I've never opened this package before. It's the powder, it's the magic powder that turns fairy liquid into giant bubbles. So I'm very excited to use this because it's going to save me a lot of faffing around. Ooh. Oh, before I open it, actually, I've got on the envelope, I've got 10% discount code, so I can buy other bits online, and I can get my wands and things at a reduced price. And inside here, ta-da! It is like, it's quite a big little pouch, but in here is itty bitty little envelope with powder in it, and that is the magic powder that's going to make my fairy liquid make giant bubbles. I'm really excited. So here we go. I have never read these instructions before. So this is how you are going to, I'm assuming I'm going to need a bowl. No, I've been told I need a bowl. Obviously I need a bowl. I'm making bubble juice. So I've got my fairy. We've done some different tests, and we love the antibacterial, the blue eucalyptus fairy. A fork, measuring spoon, another measuring teaspoon that is, and this is 1/3 of a cup, and a bubble one, because the first thing I'm going to do, and the first thing I always do when I make bubbles, is test them, even if they're just little bubbles. So let's see. Put my glasses on. Have 1/2 teaspoon of magic powder, makes 1 litre. I've got a litre of water. For 1 litre of giant bubble solution, I will need 85 millilitres of fairy liquid. Just wonder, this must be 85 millilitres. 1/3 of a teaspoon. Oh, yes, 1/3 of a teaspoon is 85 millilitres. There you go. Didn't know that. Add 1/2 teaspoon of magic powder and mix with a spoon. Oh, okay. So pour. I find the dog didn't like me making that noise. I won't make that noise again. I wasn't able to get it open. So 85 millilitres. Wait a minute, put it down there and give it a good squeeze. I was about to make a funny noise, but if I make the funny noise, the dog might object again, so I'm not going to. Right, there we go. 85 millilitres. Pour that into a bowl. Oh, I wanted to make another funny noise, but I better not. Oh dear, getting fairy liquid all over the table. Lesson there is keep the fairy liquid in the table. I'll put that on there. Keep it tidy. 1/2 teaspoon of magic powder. And mix. This says mix with a spoon. I'm going to mix with a fork. There's flexibility. Here we go. Magic powder going in. I'm not actually going to do it here, but that actually might be a fun video to do, is test the same formula with fairy without the magic powder and see how big the bubbles we get on there, because I do get asked that question, is how do you really need, can't you just make giant bubbles with just fairy liquid? And by the way, if you're in another country here, then you can use other, by the way, there are other things you can use. Ecover works, and in other countries, if you can get Dawn, or there is one more, I can't think what it is right now, but there's lots of other videos that will tell you all about. So just keep watching the videos and find out everything there is to know. Here we go. Right, this doesn't actually say what it should, but it's supposed to look like, but it does say this should, till you cannot see the white powder. Well, I can't see the white powder. The consistency of the fairy has changed. Should only take a few moments. I'm going to take it as that is done. Slowly pour. Okay, slowly pour 915 millilitres, which this was measured out earlier because I got instructions on what to prepare for the video, but this is the first time I'm doing it, of warm or tepid water into the bowl. So tepid is a nice temperature but isn't hot. Into the bowl, mix gently to not make a foam. Now this I am good at, so I'm not whisking this now, mixing it nice and slowly. No foam. We don't want foam. Foam is not our friend. Foam is the enemy of bubbles. Well, foam is bubbles, but foam is lots of little bubbles, and it's got a lot of weight, and it does get in the way of making giant bubbles. And also, when you make giant bubbles, part of the beauty of it, you've got this beautiful clear spherical shape, and if it's got foam on it, it makes it look a bit cloudy, and then the foam all comes down to the bottom. It makes it heavy, and the bubbles pop sooner, they come down to the ground sooner. It's much harder for them to float away if they've got foam in the mixture and just make in the first place. Okay, well, that's it. There's only one thing left for me to do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's see if the bubbles work. I love bubbles, and here comes the dog who loves bubbles as much as I do. Right, we're now going to go outside and test. You can either lift it up and whoa, make a big giant snake, or lift it up and raise it up and wow. Sideways. I love bubbles. And woohoo! If you get dizzy, go the other way. If you stay high up above the bubbles and you're not popping bubbles as you go, stay up now. Close it to make more films, and woohoo! I am surrounded by bubbles. Yes!
Tube.
That is a tube.
Oh, and it's sealed!
Beautiful. I'm going to put the camera in a bubble.
I love this giant magic powder.
Yeah,
Wow!
that's fantastic. It works. It's huge.
Definitely magic.